We're all good now, family. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, man. I don't have my ring stand. I was in such a rush today that I forgot my ring stand. But it's all good. We're gonna make it work. We're gonna make it work. All right, here we go. There we go. Here we go. All right, bet. All right, family. Let's go. Let's go. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Breakfast with Aldron. So happy and grateful to still have people hopping on the call. Even though we had some difficulties earlier this morning, we still showed up. We're still making sure that we stick by our word. We're impeccable with our word. And that's why we're here today, family. So for these next 15 minutes, I need your undivided attention, meaning I need you to eliminate all distractions. Put it aside, put your phone on Do Not Disturb, get your pen and notebook out, because the value I'm going to be giving to you guys literally is going to take you to whatever level that you're aiming for, guys. I promise you, you guys follow this and it's going to literally, you'll see it manifest right before your eyes. I didn't believe in stuff like this, guys. I didn't believe in manifestation. I didn't believe that anything I wanted in life can literally happen and appear into my hands, but it all starts with the vision. And that's why I named this topic having a three-dimensional mindset. Now, what does it mean to have a three-dimensional mindset, right? So a lot of people struggle with being able to see the vision, right? A lot of times we can end up focusing on what our current situation is, right? Our bills, right? Our families. Make sure you guys can hear me. All right, cool. So our bills, right? Our families, our health, right? Those are current situations. Those are two-dimensional things. My bad, family. I don't know what's going on with the internet right now. Bear with me, fam. All right, we should be good. We should be good. All right, we're good. All right, sorry about that, family. So having a two-dimensional mindset is worrying about the immediate things, right? What are you going through now? Are you behind on your rent? Are you behind on your bills, right? You're struggling to keep yourself above water, right? So when you have a two-dimensional mindset, you're only focused on the problems that are appearing now in your life, right? That's what 95% of people are doing. They have a two-dimensional mindset that they don't understand how to get themselves out of. And a lot of times when you have that two-dimensional mindset, it's hard to be able to see your vision, right? Our vision is the long term, right? It's the goals that you have set in place, right? Those lifetime goals of being able to retire your parents, being able to have an abundance of income, right? Having those multiple streams of income, having a crypto account that is blowing up, having a trading account that is blowing up, right? But a lot of people look for those instant wins, that overnight success, right? But it doesn't exist. Having overnight success does not exist. Anybody that you know that is famous, right? The reason why they were famous people like Jeff Bezos, right? Elon Musk. These individuals had a vision. They had a three-dimensional mindset, because when everybody knew and felt like things weren't going to work out, they said, man, forget about that. It's not going to work out. You're better off just getting a job, right? How many of us can relate? How many of us have had somebody in our life tell us that our dreams aren't worth the journey and that we just need to just settle with a job, right? Drop a one more in the chat if you guys can relate to that. Sometimes the people that we care for the most can give us the wrong information. And I always tell this to people, right? When you accept people's opinions, you're accepting their lifestyle as well, because people can only give you opinions based on the experiences they've had. So that's why I tell people, be careful who you take your advice from, because that same advice is going to lead you to the lifestyle that person's living. But a lot of people, what did I say earlier? 95% of people are living the two-dimensional mindset. So when you have your vision, when I had my vision of wanting to become the first millionaire in my family, wanting to retire my parents, wanting to have my own business that's designed to benefit my community, right? I'm still in the early stages. But even with what I'm going through now, I'm not allowing my current situation to affect my long-term goals, right? I'm not allowing what's going on in my life right now to interfere with what I see in the future for myself. And that's the biggest issue a lot of people have. They don't understand. They overestimate what they can do within a year, but they underestimate what they can do in 10 years. You have to have a strong enough vision that no matter what you're going through right now, you know it's going to work out. But a lot of people are living in fear of things not working out. And that's why you see people sticking around jobs for only 3 to 5 years. People are quitting things that just because they're going through a hard time right now, they tell themselves that it's never going to work out. They listen to people who don't know what it's like to be an entrepreneur, and they're taking advice from them. And they end up quitting on what they dreamed about, on what their passions were. A lot of times we become addicted to what get addicted to what. My bad, family. I get tongue tied. We get addicted to approval from other people, right? And it's okay. I had that same issue for almost 25 years. I was addicted to people approving the decisions I made. I literally would beg them to approve of it, right? But when you spend your time waiting for other people's approval, what are you doing to yourself? You're putting your own life on hold, because your life doesn't begin until these people validate you. When you live like that, and I'm only speaking on this from experience, family, this is like me talking to you guys like a big brother, or just a friend that genuinely cares, right? When you get in the position where you only wait for validation, what's going on, cousin? I love you. But when you get so addicted to those people's opinions, your life can't begin. So why are we putting our life on hold for these people? Is because we don't have the three-dimensional mindset of our own. In order to have that, you have to see yourself beyond what's going on now. I'm telling you guys, whatever dream that you have in your life, whatever it is that you want to accomplish in your life, you have to have the three-dimensional mindset. It doesn't matter if your business isn't booming right now. It doesn't matter if people leave your business. It doesn't matter if your family doesn't believe in you. I love my family to death, but my family, not everyone in my family can understand my vision. And it's not up to them to believe in my vision. It's not up to you to convince people to believe in you. It's not your job. As long as you know where you're going, that's all that matters. That's all that matters. You don't need validation from anybody, not even your parents, not even your best friends. I've lost best friends, right? I've lost best friends of over 8+ years. I've lost close friends who I've lost boyfriends, not boyfriends. Oh man, you might have lost boyfriends, girlfriends, best friends. Your parents might not believe in you. Your significant others. It doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter if they don't believe in you. You know where you're going. That's all that matters. But so many people care about validation from other people. They literally will sit back and become extras in their own movie. I'm going to say that again because I know that went over people's heads, right? Some people will sit back and become extras in their own movie and watch someone else direct it, simply because we were addicted to their approval. Now we're sitting back watching someone else orchestrate your life, and you sit there not feeling like you have control. Guys, I know the feeling. I've sat back and watched so many people try to orchestrate my life. And at the end of the day, right? At the end of the day, I had no control over it. That's going to be the worst feeling in your life. If you spend time waiting, guys. That's the worst thing you can do. And when you get old, when you no longer can do the things that you want to do, right? You're going to literally sit back and live in regret. You're going to sit back and look back at your life and wonder, damn, why didn't I do that? There could be no worse feeling in the world. I always tell people, never engage in fear, never be fearful. But at the end of the day, that's the one thing that I refuse to live my life by. I refuse to look back at my life and say, damn, why didn't I do something? And excuse my language, because I know sometimes we have kids on here, but that's the worst feeling you're going to ever want to have. So when you have an idea, write it down, right? These are the steps that I take when it comes to an idea, and this is how I solidify my vision. I write down my goals every single day. I visually meditate every single day, and I see my goal in my mind, because what you create in your mind, you can hold in your hand. So make sure that you see that goal every single day. This is how you're creating the three-dimensional mindset. You see your goal, you hear your goal, you visualize your goal, right? When it comes to smelling your goal, right? Treat yourself out once in a while. It's not necessarily about, being able to pamper yourself. It's more so creating that mindset. You want to know when it feels like to be a millionaire? Well, at least start to expose yourself around what millionaires do. They pamper themselves. Be familiar with the smell of that, right? They taste nothing but the best quality food. Get familiar with that. Stop telling yourself you can't afford stuff, because what you're doing at that very moment, when you tell yourself you can't afford something, what you're doing is you're limiting your potential. You're telling yourself that this is a lifestyle that's not meant for you, and when you tell yourself that, that becomes your reality. Guys, out of everything I've said so far on this call, that's the realest thing I can ever tell you guys. When you tell yourself you cannot do something, you create that as your reality. When you create something into your reality, that's what your world revolves around. That's why I tell myself I've stopped hanging around people who say that they're broke all the time. I tell myself that because when you surround yourself around 5 broke individuals, by law of association, you become the 5th one. I tell people this all the time, but they don't want to hear it. And then when you hit them up, say, bro, let's go out, let's just enjoy life. Oh man, sorry, bro. I just don't got it this time, man. Holiday season, stuff like that. I'm not saying blow a bag. I'm not saying, blow through all your money, but what you have to understand is that you got to put yourself in a position where you start to keep yourself focused on that long-term vision. So I say this to say, my boy Jay Miles just nailed it, right? My boy Jay Miles just said it. Go to the dealership. Listen, guys, no cap. I did the same thing. I literally went to the dealership of my dream car and I told them, let me sit in this. I literally walked in there and I'm gonna give this to you guys really quickly because I gotta wrap this call up, right? But I went to the dealership of my dream car. I literally went in there with the confidence that I was gonna buy that car, because what was I doing at that moment? I was creating the feeling of what I'm gonna have when I actually am ready to buy that car. I went into it. I talked to the dealer about the type of car I wanted, because the dealership the car that I want, right, is they can make custom everything from the interior to the exterior to the very threads that they use, right? Everything's customizable. So I literally sat down with a dealer and created my dream car. Now that I've visualized it, what else did I do? I sat down in a different similar model to it, right? Felt the steering wheel. Just in my mind, I heard the engine running. You couldn't run the engine inside because it's like in a showroom, right? But I envisioned what it would be like to be in that moment when I actually am ready to buy that car. That is having the 3-dimensional mindset, because having a 2-dimensional mindset, you only see 2-dimensional sides, but 3-dimensional, now you can see it on all aspects, all dimensional, all angles, right? But it's up to you to be able to create that. It's all about what you put in your mind. Fear is, what is it? Fear is weakness, the true enemy. We really got to tap in our power. There's so much power in us. We don't really understand it yet. We have not tapped into it. We have not tapped into our true potential, right? So understand this, family. Unlock your mind, having that 3-dimensional mindset. Stop living in a 2-dimensional world, because that's only limiting the true potential that you guys have. So with that being said, family, I hope you guys got some value. If you guys hopped on late, once again, these calls are recorded. Love y'all, fam. I gotta go, unfortunately. I'll make sure next week we get on time. That's my bad, family. I'll make sure I do better time management. But I love y'all. Have an amazing Saturday, family. Stay up. And at the end of the day, guys, make sure you keep that 3-dimensional mentality. Love y'all and have an amazing, amazing day.